When the APIM, if it's not available, pick it up from the search button. So you land up with the APIM management service page. The services available. Go and click the create APIM management services. There it lands. It will take some time. So you can go and select the subscription and type the resource group. If that's not there, create a new one. I'm creating a demo as a resource group. So from the resource group, you complete the resource group. Then you go for the region. I'm keeping it as a default region as it is. Then the next part is the resource name. I'm typing demo API. It should be a unique name. So try if there is name is not there. Try with other words. Trying 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is taken. Next is the organization. Maybe you can give your enterprise organization. For the demo purpose, I'm just using a demo here. Anything which is not comfortable, which is you are not able to understand, hover over the I button. So you'll get the details of each of these items. It will give you an idea. Next is the email ID. I'm giving a dummy email ID, xyz@gmail.com. You can give your personal email also. And moving across, there is a pricing tier. There are number of tiers available. Developer to a premium model. Premium being the having the extra features. For the demo purpose, I'm selecting the developer portal here. So with that, I'm moving across. So you see, the developer doesn't have an SLA. It should not be used for production side of it. So next, moving across to monitoring, you can use the log analytics apps insights. I'm not using for this demo purpose. I'm keeping it as off. Moving next, the scales. What levels of APIM management is to scale up? So for developer, it's not there. So I am going back and changing that to a premium model. If you come back, you can see that scalings are available there. I can scale it up to a 10 times factors, but this is predominantly for production. So I'm going back and putting it to developer and skip the scaling part of it. So coming to the managed security, I'm making again off. And in terms of virtual network, I can choose either external or internal. For demo purpose, again, I'm keeping it as none. This you can use it for security reasons. And the other type of securities, protocol settings, all the protocol settings, I'm keeping it as a default. But for production, based on the requirement of transport security, TLS, anything we can set. And last not the least, the tagging. I would recommend to have those tags for each and every resource. This will help you later in terms of identifying the resource as well as in terms of doing some cost explorers. I'm doing an environment as a development and department as a demo, just to differentiate these resources. So once that is done, it will review and it will say if every settings are perfect. So it will go and verify. It's verifying right now. Yeah, it verified completely. Just scroll through the entire thing and see if all the items what you are given is proper before clicking a create button on top of it. So it's valid. I am clicking the create. It creates the resource now. It will take a good amount of time, half an hour. Verify the details in terms of the task boss. It took almost like 35 minutes for me. So I paused the video and sort of looked into the details. So still it's going on. So I paused the video and I'm returning back. After 35 minutes, I got this demo API created. So these are all some of the items which is available after creation of the demo APIs. So either it's a log, it's a tags, it's an events, APIs, products. All these details we will be going through in detail a little bit later in this session. So just to glimpse over what all the features available for API management as we discussed in the earlier sessions. So these are all some of the features available in Azure in terms of security, in terms of automation, in terms of developer portals. All the details are available. So have a glimpse one by one so that you have some good amount of understanding. I'm going and clicking the API. If it's not created, you will get this message. You have to wait till the completion of this. So after completing the resource, I'm just going back and trying one more time. So now it's totally completely created. So I'm clicking up the uh, demo API. Now if you see the API screens is having a different details. There you go. So I get all the channels through which I can create an API. As we were earlier mentioning, there is a REST APIs and there is a WebSocket API, the SOAP API, and there is another version of GraphQL is also one of the types which is being utilized latest with all other areas. So you can create with open API standards. You can use the Azure resources like Logic App, everything. So this we are trying to go and create one with an open API standards with an example already given in Azure. So click the full option and in the open API specification type the URL provided which is having a sort of a predefined APIs. I'm typing the URL there. The moment you type the URL, all the other areas will be auto-populated. This you can use the Open API standard swaggers to create your APIs. So there you go. That's a demo conference API. All the details are getting populated. So your display name, your description. This is a small API which they are giving as a pre-built sample one for conference details. So I'm verifying the URL. If you have a file already available, you can use the select file option there. So your demo conference API, if you want to change the name, you can change it accordingly. So as this is done, yeah. So this is a description. I'm changing that URL to HTTPS and I'm giving a suffix to the endpoint, which will add to the end of the URL. So I'm typing conference. You see the conference is added there. Tags, I'm just typing a demo. And in the next is products. I'm selecting unlimited. Gateway also managed. It auto populates. You can do a versioning of the APIs as we were discussing earlier. API management gives you version options. So you can manage all your versions. Here I'm not selecting, I'm just giving you an example. V1 as my version and you can select the path where it wants to get this. But for this demo, we are not going to do the versioning. So at the end, I will deselect that and move ahead with the create button. So this will create an API for you with an endpoint where you can use the same APIM tool to verify, test it out. There you go. I'm getting a demo conference APIs. So you can click on this and you can see all the API methods created down, get method and post method and all. So if you want to test the API, click on the test at the top and select one. I am selecting the get speakers here, which is a predefined one. So click on the select get speakers. Just a glimpse through for an API, what all the key elements, query parameters, headers, body, all the details are available. So you can go and update these parameters if you want to have some sort of a ID created, what level of product scope you need to define, what is the HTTP request, all these things are available here. So even if you can see in this example, the key is been hard coded, which has been given at the bottom. So this is a complete list of APIs. You can use the Open API standards or Swagger tools to mimic all these elements, and you can use that as a standard to upload. Here you go. The encryption key is already been provided as a part of the script here. So I'm clicking send to test it. You see I'm getting a 200 success message, and you can also notice the body of that as a written message response. So I get the expiry date, I get the dates, I get the URLs, I get the complete message from which missions it has originated. All the details are available as a part of the response. So this is how you manage API, create an API and test an API. Either you can use the Azure as a platform to create it, or you can use the Swagger. Both the ways it will work perfectly. So next I'm going and adding a product to it and using a publish that API so that these APIs can be accessed from outside. I'm adding a product. Click on the product and click add. I'm giving a product name as a demo product, and you can use the description to define for which product you want to use these APIs. Basically you're grouping it in terms of what all the APIs comes at one particular product, so that any policies you apply you can apply at the top of this product. All the APIs below this will have a similar features managed. I'm giving a small description. I want this API to be published so that it can be accessed outside also. So I'm publishing it and click create. So with this, I added the API to a product and I published the API. So you can see that APIs are available. The product is available, sorry. And you can go and add the API with the left hand side button. Whatever you have created already will be populated there. So go and select that. So you are adding those APIs to that particular product can be something like I want to have a dashboard APIs, I want to have a backend APIs. So I can group all the APIs together so that you can consolidate all this and apply a universal policy on top of this. So with this we are getting to an end of this API session. All the remaining features we'll see in the next sessions. Thank you.